Oh, hey Owen, how you doing?
Depressed.
You and your jokes.
I'm gonna go kill myself now.
A podcast? Sure. Let's do it.
Where do you keep the razor blades?
This is a podcast hosted by Owen and Phil. Grab your family and your friends because we've got some time to kill.
I'm gonna cut myself now.
Speaking of killing,
I'm cutting myself now.
did you lock your front door?
How do I stop the bleeding?
'Cause if you didn't, we are liable to break in and stab you and leave you bleeding on the floor. We spent all of our money to bring you this production.
Why are you still
I hope
singing?
you can all appreciate that we spent nothing on this introduction.
For the love of God, help me.
This is our podcast, yeah. It's called The Wave of Absurdity.
Help me.
Now that you've listened this far, you'll be trapped here for an eternity. Oh! Let's listen in and see what the boys are up to.
Well, the boys are back in town. They said it would never happen. Look at us now, high flyers. Joined once again by your voluptuous co-host, Phil.
How you doing?
Daddy, how are you doing? You don't sound exactly well over there, Phil. What's going on?
I was messing around with my mucous membranes earlier, and they're a little infected. It's the chemtrails. Sorry.
Great. Well, once again, the show falls upon my charisma to carry this through, so don't
Is that
worry.
what you call your
gentle-
shoulders?
Shut up. Don't worry, listeners. I've got this. I will carry you through. Don't you worry about that, because we've got some fantastic features coming up. World news, Master Debater. Mamma mia! That's a nice mouthful. That feature hasn't gone, even though Phil is ill. Don't worry about that. We've got Would You Rather coming up and viewer emails. I guess we should also point out that we got an email from Mr. Patrick B. And he asked a lot of things, but one of the things he asked was, well, firstly, he strokes our ego, so let's do that one. I think you're doing a really great job.
Thank you.
I like to listen to this, but could you provide something to watch when listening? Or could you add a segment that has a funny video and you choose people that can vote which one's the best? No.
No, yeah, that's terrible. Patrick B.
Not saying it's a bad idea, but it's kind of a podcast, so, But I will be linking all the news stories that are going to be in today's show in the underbar, so you can sort of click the links and read along. But don't go ahead. Don't click them just yet.
It would blow everything.
You would ruin the magic. I totally forgot what I was going to say next, so take it away.
I'd like to point out some bad news, and that is that the soundboard has been murdered.
Oh, yes. Yeah, seeing that I edit these podcasts.
I do some editing.
Phil does no editing, so since I, edit the podcast, we've had to make some noble sacrifices. The soundboard will be remembered and missed for its one episode appearance.
Pew, 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 blink, blink. Sorry, had to get that in there.
Well, let's jump straight into it. Do you know what I'm annoyed? I'm going to start this podcast off annoyed.
Okay.
Okay, I know you got a story that you're wanting to tell me.
And I know you want to set precedents by being annoyed at the beginning of every episode.
I find it's something that I can do pretty well. I can be annoyed very easily, which is, I find pleasure in annoyance.
Of course.
Exactly. So, I got a parking ticket. Why is that funny? Why is that funny?
Because I'm laughing at your misfortune. It's not like you hurt yourself, you broke your leg or anything. Hey, you got a parking ticket. It's funny. Continue, please.
Well, getting a parking ticket, fair enough. Usually you're in the wrong. But guess where I was parked?
On somebody else's roof. You said guess.
All right, let's have a less retarded guess.
You were parked in a parking spot, which would make this absurd.
I was parked outside my house.
Well, were you facing the correct way?
Yes.
Were you fire hydrant too close?
Don't be silly, there's no such things like that over here. But,
Okay.
yeah, okay, so where I live, you need a permit to park, okay?
Ugh.
I have a permit. I have a very valid permit. And I've been ticketed by this asshole for no reason. I'm within my zone to park. I've got a valid parking ticket. Well, not a valid parking ticket, but I've got a valid permit. And it's driving me insane because this is twice this asshole has ticketed me outside my house. Twice this asshole.
It's the same person?
It's the same person. I opened up the ticket. It's not funny.
It's vindictive.
It's absurd. Oh, Sanborn's gone. Oh, shit. But anyway, I know it's him because he's got a stupid little signature. And it annoys me so very much because I know I'm in the right. And this... Oh, so, I challenge, I'm going to challenge this ticket. I've already sent off. You can only challenge them by... Well, you can't only challenge them, but it's easier to challenge them with a knife and a gun and say, erase this bitch. Oh, but no, I've wrote in and I'm trying to find where I put...
Not guilty, or the equivalent of?
Well, no, because I laid out, everything in my defense. I got the first one wiped off of my quote-unquote record. But
try doing that with a felony. Impossible.
Well, I'm not going to pay it because I believe I'm in the right. So even if they do, this could be a great feature. Owen goes to court. So even if they do decline my appeal, I'm not going to pay it because I'm adamant in my ways. But
is there a specific infraction, or is it just a ticket saying you're parked in a zone without a permit, but you have a permit?
Code 30, parked for longer than permitted. I didn't realize residential parking had a time limit on it.
I always knew you were a dirty code 30.
It's annoying because I've been parked. I've been living here for 2 years now. Well, I'm in my second year, and for the first year I've had no issues. It's only since this asshole's come along on the scene that he's like, oh, that's a code 29. Look at this one. That was a 27. Look at this asshole parked over here. That's a code 30. Is it bollocks? Is it bollocks? And that annoyed me. But I wrote to the officials at the council, and I act all... Well, I'm pretty...
No, you're not. Unfortunate pause. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm pretty professional in my opening statements and that, so then they take me seriously. And then I just get annoyed, because as I was typing this out, I got even more annoyed as I was typing it out. So I just ended, I have now been ticketed by the same person twice. I suggest he gets taught on how to properly issue tickets. I do not pay for the right to be hassled by uninformed council shrills. It's an absolute disgrace. I not only expect the parking ticket to be exempt, but I also want an apology issued for this harassment. Truly annoyed. Owen Chamberlain.
Wow.
I sent that one off on Friday, so they probably get it on Monday. But,
you demanding an apology and everything.
It's brilliant. And I'll keep you updated on Parking Ticket Watch. And
all right. Out of curiosity, do you think... Is anybody going to read that? I mean, or is that...
Somebody has to, because I'm challenging the ticket.
All right. Well, different systems. I don't think we have that opportunity.
You can't challenge the ticket?
Well, yeah, you can plead not guilty, but then you have to go in front of the judge eventually and hope that the police officer doesn't show up.
See, this is just... because you don't get ticketed by police, really. It's just traffic wardens here. So this is sort of like where you can challenge the ticket without going to court.
I still think it should be by knives.
I'd go toe-to-toe with them. I ain't paying £25. Fuck that.
Stab time.
It goes up to £50 if I don't pay it within 14 days. I ain't paying that. I ain't made of money.
Speaking of money, if I might touch back on the fact that you... oh, wait, you know what? Since it's about Master Debater, why don't you... Or were you going to save that for the Master Debater, too?
We're gonna keep the people hooked.
Okay.
So, don't worry.
The results to episode 1's Master Debater coming up. However, the topic was on tipping, and Owen, I just want to share a little story with you and the listeners. Something you might want to try. I consider it an urban legend. I don't think that anybody's done this, but you know how I said I think tips should be at the beginning of the meal, and they become more of an incentive? Excuse me. My wife told me that some businessman said he likes to lay out his tips in ones on the table, like 10 or 20 ones on the table, and then as the service gets crappy, he starts removing the ones after letting them know, this is your tip. As you get bad, I start taking ones away, and that he usually gets good service this way. I can't see that really being done, but I like the notion.
What? Why can't you see that being done? I can see that being done.
Well, sorry, I can see it being done, but I guess it would have to be by a businessman, maybe that's like, I'm never going to come through here again. Just seems like a very shitty thing to do.
How's that shitty?
That you wouldn't want to return. That's
I mean...
It's like saying dance. You know, it's just this... Plus it would take up a lot of space.
Well, well, you'll have it like on the edge, won't you? You'll have it on the edge.
Oh, sure. Then some little kid runs by, snatches your tip money, dives through the window, parkours up the wall, your ass out.
For $1.
No, for a handful of dollars. What do you got, money hanging over the edge? Wow.
See, I like that idea. Although I would never do it because I'm stingy.
I asked her, I'm like, can we do that next time? No. Oh.
You should do it.
Yeah, I would have to go out by myself.
Oh. Quickly, a quick throwback to my ticket situation. So I was really annoyed that day that they wanted me to spend £25 to absolve the parking ticket. So I was really annoyed. So I spent £25 on takeaway. It was like, I'm not giving it to you, you son of a bitch.
I'm stuffing it in my face. Good job.
Yes, thank you.
You fought the power and fed yourself.
Well, stay tuned for the next update, which will be next Thursday. Because this is a Thursday, isn't it, Phil?
It absolutely is. I just can't get the hang of them, so I might be confused about it later on in the podcast. My apologies.
Okay, good. So I had a little story I wanted to tell you. Now, obviously, I write things down on a notepad to talk about. I have talked about some of these things before in the stream, but not a lot of people have heard them. So I'm going to give you the choice, okay?
Me? Or are you...
Oh, actually...
Are you talking to the...
I'm talking to you.
Okay.
But I've just thought that one of the viewer questions actually helps me with this story. So I'll leave one of the story. But this one's not really a story, so I'm...
I'm very confused.
Okay, so I had two stories.
Okay.
We got a viewer email that came through. But one of the questions relates to his email, so I'm not doing that one.
Okay.
And the second story isn't really sort of a story. It's sort of like a headline sort of thing.
Okay.
Which I've already told you about, but I'm just going to throw that out there in the open because we got no content. But a few years ago, I went to the doctor. Had some, man problems as as I get old. I was about 17, so by then things, they're long gone by then.
Worn
exactly. Well, no. But, so I'm there with my mother as well, so that makes it just even more embarrassing. Was I 17? I ought to be 16 then. About 16.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm there with my mother, and...
was she part of the problem? Sorry, you knew that was coming.
Hi-oh. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
So, are you happy with yourself?
I am. Really. I'm enjoying myself. Please go on.
So I'm there with my mother, blah, 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 blah. Doctor touches my willy, okay, does this thing. And with my mother present in the room, he just turns to me and is like, yeah, you need to play with your willy more. I'm like, oh.
Can you write a prescription for that? Can I get that on paper?
Okay, okay. Well, thank you, doctor. Thank you for your highly trained advice there. Thank you. I'm glad that you went through like 5 years of medical school to tell me that I've got to play with my willy more. Thank you.
Watch 2 pornos, call me in the morning. Did you ever find an explanation for... Did he get disbarred? Oh, no, wait, that's lawyers. Ha! Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of my mistake. Did he get defrocked? I don't know, whatever the equivalent is. Did he turn out to be a dirty pedophile?
No, but without going into too much detail, obviously, well,
you kind of went into a lot of detail already, but I don't know what you're worried about.
let's just say his advice worked, okay?
Okay. Well, I don't know what the problem was, so...
Oh, I had like... Oh, I'm not going to tell you. What was I going to tell you?
Damn, so close.
No, I'm not going to tell you. Okay.
Is that why you were like, I had a little problem? So, to completely distract from all that...
It was sort of. Kind of.
Like, you can stretch it, do little exercises. We just call that masturbation.
It's, well...
It's a secret.
If I was a Jew, I wouldn't have had that problem. That's all I'm saying. Huh?
Oh, that's sweet. It's very sweet.
Well, how's that sweet?
Well, what, do you want me to take offense?
No, I'm just saying, if I was a Jew, I wouldn't have had that problem.
Oh, I thought you said if I was with you.
No.
That's why I thought it was sweet. I thought you were complimenting me.
I was like, how me being a Jew, how's that sweet? But no, if I was a Jew, I wouldn't have had that problem. So,
why is that? I am not familiar with those stereotypes.
Don't worry about it.
Speaking of stereotypes, no wait, this is true. Lots of priests molest people. How would you feel if you found out the priest that married you ended up getting defrocked for pedophilia? Pretty bad, I would hope.
Just doing God's work, so
yeah.
Never mind.
I
get over it.
I have nothing for that. Just found out somebody that their marriage has been sullied. Anyway, that sounds...
At least they get rewarded in heaven.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. Give us these... All right, I'm stopping there because I know that we are pushing the limits of what people will accept as an hour-long podcast.
It's time for World News!
Just like to remind the people that are listening that I do not know what news Owen has planned for me / us, nor does Owen know what news I have planned for him to read, because I like to find an article that he has to read without laughing, or else I ain't eating shit. But Owen, you have searched through far and wide on the internet to find a topic of news that you found rather absurd or entertaining for some reason.
I have, and I should also point out that we got a bit of a viewer news as well, so I just want to quickly, very briefly touch on them. So it's again from Patrick, or is it, I don't know, it's Patrick, I get it, Patrick B. One of his news stories was condom truck, tips, spills load. Again, journalists just getting to the jobs. They just get into journalism just to use those puns.
Yeah, that's...
I swear.
They wait for those type of accidents to happen.
They do. They run into the newsroom.
Get a hold of yourself. Get out the pun box. It's time.
They do satanic rituals. They got candles burning in their back.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Well, there's another one that he also sent in. Copycat pie perv burnt. So essentially, this kid, a teenager, who tried to copy the scene from American Pie by shagging an apple pie, was rushed to hospital with serious burns to his penis. So Mr. Dwight Emberger, 17, could not wait for the tasty pastry to cool down after he slid his pecker. He was badly scalded by the hot filling.
That's why you always stick a finger in first, boys. Check the temperature.
Masturbation tips from Phil.
I could go on, but I won't.
Okay, and I'm still looking through.
Owen's still desperately searching for some news to present.
No, I've got some news, but I know there was another one that wasn't that funny. Oh, here we go. It's from Zachary P.
Zach.
And his news story was... okay. His news story was... That was my news story. His news story is... I don't know where it's gone. Grandma's pot cookies land California toddler in hospital.
Oh, yeah, I read that. It's actually sad.
That is sad. So thanks for bringing it down, Zachary.
I already personally responded, and I just like to follow up on that email. And like, what the fuck, man? Nah. It'll be funny as soon as we find out if the child is in any serious danger.
But now we're going to move on to my news. I thank the viewers for sending in theirs. Why
don't we tell them where they can send? Where can you stuff your news if you have some?
Well, Phil, thanks for asking. You can send it to waveofabsurdity@hotmail.com. That's waveofabsurdity@hotmail.com. Link, well, the description, I don't know, what you call it. The email address is going to be in the underbar. So, don't worry about any spelling, because I'll do that for you.
Let's keep this a nice, tight... Let's present them, the listeners, with our tightest package possible. Okay, Owen? Let's get it together.
Like a nun?
Like a nun?
Tight.
All right. Okay, I'll look that up later.
Somebody doesn't understand. Okay, so this headline just tickled me. Again, I found another headline that tickled me. So this is not my news story, but it is.
Tickle us.
Indonesian smoking orangutan to kick the habit. Tori is a teenager with a bad habit. The 15-year-old orangutan has been smoking cigarettes in an Indonesian zoo for a decade. She is about to go cold turkey. And if you actually look, Phil, there's a picture of her smoking.
I wonder what brand.
She looks so content, but that just tickled me for some reason.
She does. She's because it's the arms up. She looks like she's just going. Ugh.
She is
fucking researchers.
She is pretty relaxed. But my news story is hot dog puns too much for Mayor Bloomberg at eating contest. I'll also link you to it after, when I'm mid through, so you don't read ahead.
God forbid.
Michael Bloomberg took a light-hearted dig at an advisor after a cringeworthy speech filled with dreadful puns ahead of the July 4th hot dog eating contest, asking who wrote this shit. Having a speech prepared by a hapless advisor fall flat in front of an audience is a situation every politician must dread. And for the New York mayor, there was no hiding his humiliation. Mr. Bloomberg was speaking at the official weigh-in ahead of the National Hot Dog Eating Competition, which takes place in New York's Coney Island today. Although not today. Apparently, one of his speechwriters decided that a light-hearted speech was called for and littered the addresses with relentless puns, much to the mayor's embarrassment. Mr. Bloomberg began with a weak gag about the New York being the top dog for food. As the audience groaned, he glanced at his pun-laden notes and warned them that he was just getting warmed up. He went on to wonder aloud whether the current champion, Joey Chestnut, would swallow the competition. Other play-on words included the use of chow hounds and pedigree. He then told the audience that he was being perfectly frank when he spoke about how much he relished the competition before launching into an extraordinary pun-filled sentence. Speaking about the current male and female champions, he said, "Will one of their dogged pursuers finally catch up, cut the mustard, and be pronounced Wiener?" No question, it is going to be a dogfight.
I feel like that could have been lifted from a speech people were groaning because those are 10 years old.
It's brilliant.
I think they're just getting on his case.
I liked it. I liked his pun-filled sentence.
You would like Mayor Bloomberg. Sorry. No, it's a lot of hot dogs, though. It's a pretty broad pun topic. I think.
Well, I'm annoyed that it didn't tickle you as much as it tickled me, but...
Sorry, perhaps I've been around the old hot dog pun longer than I care to admit. I'm jaded on hot dog puns.
Well, I'm sure most of my viewers are young. Maybe they will enjoy such wienerific jokes.
Well, they should consider them gifts. These are like conversational gifts. You can take anything out of this podcast and use it as an icebreaker. We're like...
No, you can't. Royalties.
I was just going to say, we're like professional icebreakers. You can take any of this stuff to a party, repeat it verbatim, and definitely people will remember you at that party.
Why did the penguins jump when they first met?
Why did they?
To break the ice.
Oh!
Oh, just pulled that one out for you. That one's
Put it
yours
back
to keep.
in.
You can go home with that.
Put it
You're
back
safe.
Owen, have you ever considered having a wisdom tooth put in? I did not have that pre-written. Okay, I have a piece of news for Owen. He has to read it without laughing, or else I will not do. Mamma mia, that's a mouthful. I meant to ask you when you threw the word nice in there, in the official title.
Well, sometimes I get carried away.
It ruins the flow, if you ask me.
Mamma mia, that's a nice mouthful. Mamma mia, that's a mouthful.
Yay.
Well, we'll see what I do.
All right. Well, I guess so. You can see all the creative input I'm allowed here on this show. Okay.
That's a damn dirty lie.
Now, this is legitimate news. I'm linking you to an article from a man's blog.
I'm not going to laugh.
And you're not going to laugh.
No.
But it is legitimate news. He links to the police report. So here is the link. Don't waste any...
backup plan.
What's up?
I hope you have a backup plan.
Okay. All right. You are now linked. Just read.
Okay. PSL man threatens to beat neighbor, but he's got to poop first, report says. He looks like Santa Claus.
He does.
It's not funny, Phil. It's not funny. The 54-year-old man was arrested after sheriff's investigators say he threatened to kick a neighbor's buttocks after moving his bowels. What could be called a case of the post-poop plant posterior plumbing played out June 17th on, what is that? Monterey Way in Port St. Louis.
Port St. Lucie in Florida.
Recently released records state Robert Gabriel Grenot, why does everybody have G's in their names? 54, ultimately was arrested on a misdemeanor assault charge. Quotations. When I get done taking a poop, I'm going to kick your expletive buttocks. Grenot is quoted as telling the 40-year-old neighbor. Grenot of Monterey Way. Well, I don't know what that said. I forgot it already. What is it?
A Monterey Way.
A Monterey Way. You right there?
I will be.
Okay, well, initially told Sergeant Lucy County Sheriff's Deputy, the neighbor came to his home and began a conversation. Quotations. I told him I was in a bad mood and didn't want to talk. Jarnett, what is the name, Grenet?
I gave it, in my head, a French pronunciation. I don't know why. I was going Gournot, but I don't think
Colonnello. That's Italian. I don't even know what I'm going on. It's quoted as telling to the deputy, he threatened to beat my buttocks. I'm just going to call him Mr. G. Mr. G told the deputy that he didn't feel afraid, but he wanted the deputy to tell the neighbour not to bother him that day. Meanwhile, the neighbour told the deputy that he planted a plant in Mr. G's mother's yard. I gave Mr. G a beer and a cigarette, the neighbour told the deputy. He started calling...
yeah. Go on.
Is this while he's planting?
I don't know.
Because that just makes so much more sense. The neighbour told a deputy he started calling his mother a dirty whore.
Here's the journalistic part right here. This is quality news.
Mothers typically do not like to be called dirty whores. Really?
News you can take home and use practically.
The neighbour said he got upset and told Mr. G to cease speaking to his mother in such a way. He said Mr. G threatened him, and he threatened Mr. G in return. As the deputy spoke with the neighbour, Mr. G stated, walking up, the deputy told Mr. G to go back across the street, and the deputy would return to talk to him. Mr. G turned around and is accused of threatening the neighbour, saying, "When I get done taking a poop, I'm going to kick your expletive buttocks." It wasn't immediately clear whether Mr. G defecated prior to being taken to jail. Why is that news? Why did they have to put that on the end?
And there are the 3 related documents on the
They
bottom.
are.
Yeah, I was going to possibly have you read the affidavit, which wouldn't have the poop, would have been shit, expletive, would have been fucking, and buttocks would have been ass.
Wow.
So,
I like how the news is informative. Mothers do not generally like to be called dirty whores.
especially, hey, I'm going to come over and plant a plant. My mom's a whore. Because it says, start out calling his mother a dirty whore. For a second, it sounded like he was calling his own mother a dirty whore.
Don't talk about your mother that way.
All right. Well, Owen, you have failed the challenge. However, I'm mighty hungry at this time. On this Thursday morning.
Yes, Thursday. Well, that was world news.
Addictive, isn't it?
Well, we don't have any outro sounds for these segments.
All right. Well, then, what? Oh, you confuse me. Perhaps I'll be able to get into your head with a would you rather.
You should hope not.
Well, I think this is a pretty common and old game, would you rather, isn't it? I mean, generally.
Well, yeah, but it was, yeah. I'm sure it's going to be a lot more tame than what. Yeah. Definitely.
It's it's an icebreaker. These are done at parties. Get people talking, getting the juices flowing. Owen, I would like to know, and also from the listeners who could easily email us at waveofabsurdity at Hotmail. That's where it's at.
At Hotmail.
.com.
Ah, good man.
Owen, would you rather be forced to celebrate Thanksgiving on a daily basis or forced to celebrate New Year's Eve on a daily basis?
Do I have to show enthusiasm on either one?
No. It's just a matter of which one would you feel is the lesser of two evils if you were presented
to celebrate New Year's Eve, because all I do is just wake up and be like, oh, Happy New Year's. That's it. That's what you got to do. Whereas Thanksgiving, even though we don't have it over here.
No. New Year's Eve.
Oh, we're talking about New Year's Eve. So what was the other one? New Year's Eve
and Thanksgiving Day.
And Thanksgiving Day. No, I would rather do the New Year's Eve. Why not? It sounds like a party, because all I do on New Year's Eve is nothing anyway. So,
Well, as I said, conversational juices get into the mind, make people happy.
it makes me sad and depressed.
Don't let them know where the razors are. I would rather do Thanksgiving, to be honest with you.
Why? So you can
Well,
eat more?
Yeah, well, get that tryptophan effect going on. You know, the sleepies, the itis, whatever you want to call it. As opposed to waking up every morning with a hangover and then, I don't know. I don't think I've been to one, unless they had one at Disney World, in which case I was too young, but those themed restaurants that pretend that it's New Year's, like every night.
That's weird.
Yeah. People that work there have probably... They do it on carnivals, possibly. It's got to be very... Oh, you got to become very frazzled, balloons drop. You're constantly cleaning up confetti.
That must be annoying. You reminded me of when actually I went to a dinosaur-themed restaurant. You think it's going to be great. They're like, oh yeah, you sit down, there's dinosaurs all around. Brilliant. You're thinking, oh great, yeah, no. I'm going to have the great big piece of Tyrannosaurus meat. Oh, in brackets, it's just a bit of steak, but I get to eat a bit of dinosaur.
Right.
Lovely. So you're thinking it's brilliant, apart from the constant dinosaur noises that they've got playing on. So you'd just be talking, and the Tyrannosaurus Rex, for some reason, would be on loop every 3 minutes. So you'd be just talking, oh yeah, how you enjoying your stay?
I've similar situation. It's called Rainforest Cafe, and it was really cool. But every 20 minutes, there was an intense friggin' thunderstorm, and they'd lower the lights. It's like, okay, well, we're not talking for a while.
It's good in theory, but in actuality, it's annoying.
Horrible. If I might use this as a segue of things that are awful while eating, which makes me transit into having been out eating, transitioning to you mentioning in the last Master Debater that it's annoying when the waiters come up to you and ask, is everything all right? And your mouth is full. I'll be damned if on Thursday or whatever,
It is Thursday.
Last Thursday, this woman just every 4 minutes. God. And I was getting real terse. She's like, what's wrong? My wife, not the waitress. I cannot
The waitress just cuddles up next to you. What's wrong? Is that creepy lady disturbing you?
Would you like me to get rid of them for you?
Put them around the back. Come on, let's go.
So, all that occurred because Owen master debated all over my head.
Speaking of Master Debater, should we announce the results?
Yeah, why not?
Of Master Debater. Okay, so this was a very close call. There's only one vote difference. We are a democracy here, so we do let the people vote. We do let the people, So, I can reveal with a whopping 3 votes. The winner is, drum roll please.
Please deposit 25 cents for the soundboard.
There we go. The winner is me.
Yeah. No. I don't accept that.
I got 3 votes. Phil, you got 2. So democracy wins again.
We'll have to debate that at some other time.
Although it's pretty underwhelming. Just 3 votes.
Well, that's spread out too. That's from Facebook and YouTube.
I got 1 from Facebook, 1 from the video, and 1 from the email.
Oh, wait, let me call somebody I know. Have him listen.
It's too late. The announcers have already been done. So honestly, we rely on user input. So just please, email us, Facebook me, or put a comment on the YouTubes. Trust me.
And then thumb it up if you agree. Will we accept thumbed up comments as separate?
We'll accept thumbed up comments as a vote as well. Okay.
So fire up those fake accounts. because I will pay.
So that's 1 to me. And what's that to you, Phil? How many have you won?
Master debaters. What's the next one about?
Well, how many have you won? How many have you won?
Well, hypothetically,
You're not hypothetically at all. How many have you won?
in the past 2 episodes, I guess I've won 0, and I'm
loser.
I'm 1-0-1.
Loser.
Yes.
But we should transition nicely into the next master debater topic. I would talk about that hopefully while you can load up a number generator. Unless you've already got that loaded.
No.
Okay.
Is that some play on words?
No. So, the master debater topic was thought of just about like half an hour ago. It's going to be about littering. Again, we do not know. Show some enthusiasm, God.
I'm sorry, again. To be pro-littering, this is going to be interesting, to say the least.
So we've got no idea who's going to be pro or con, so that's just a nice splice of, just randomness. So it's always going to keep us on our toes. I'm odds, insert odd joke here, ha ha ha, and Phil is even.
All right. I am about to generate a number on random.org.
Just in case you didn't think it was real.
A number between 1 and 100,000.
Oh my God, that's just absurd.
Generating 47466. Part of me wants to take the pro littering. Just to be. All right, you know what? I'm going to randomly generate my choice. If it's odds, you can be pro littering. If it's even, I will be pro littering.
Okay.
66064. What did I say? Did I dig myself?
If I'm odds, I'm pro.
All right. Well then, I guess I'll let you go first, so that I might think.
So who am I against?
You're against littering.
Okay, so I will start my time.
Okay, I will watch your time.
Okay, well, I'm going to start my time. I've also got a stopwatch up, so I will
Okay.
start my time now. Now. So I would just like to thank you, all esteemed colleagues, friends, and this university for accepting this debate today. Now, I don't even know why I'm up here. I'm against an idiotic opponent who actually thinks littering is good. Quiet down. Stop making zoo noises. Okay, calm down. Relax. It's fine. So I don't really think I need to, explain myself this much about littering. So I'm just going to insult his sax life.
Wait, my sax life? I haven't played the saxophone in some time.
Doesn't it show? Ooh. But no, let's talk seriously for a second.
30 seconds remaining.
I have 2 minutes going. What do you want about? That's not coming out of my time.
Alright.
So obviously the biggest effect of littering is the environmental hazard. A lot of animals choke, they get trapped in our trash, and of course they do die, which in turn lowers down our beautiful environment. Another thing is it looks shitty. Where you'll go down to the local tip and you just see a bunch of seagulls and the odd homeless man rifling through some trash, excited that he's just found a half-eaten burger. It's not a desirable place to be. I don't really have much to say again, so let's just insult Phil some more. Penis.
I love this part.
I mean, really, what else can I say? I mean,
Well,
littering is terrible. The amount of just the knock-on effect it has. I mean, if you throw trash into the sea, let's say a turtle gets attacked by a plastic bag. It gets attacked by a plastic bag. It dies.
who will win?
The next thing you know, a shark comes up, tries to eat the poor turtle, and he chokes as well on the plastic bag. It has a knock-on effect. It doesn't just affect one animal, it affects us all as a whole. So that's why littering is bad. Thank you very much.
Well, Owen, it is very nice to be up here again. debating you and your masterful ways. And I realized that was tough for you, being the massive litterbug that you are. So I just want you to know I appreciate that. And I will start my 2 minutes now. You referred to littering as an environmental problem. I call it environmental diversity. We're toughening up certain species. We're making them adapt to an environment that we control, not them. They want to stick around, you know what? Get used to some of the stuff we have lying around. And hey, think about it. If it weren't for litter, how would we rehabilitate people that have gotten DUIs and other prison folk whose only outside time is really spent cleaning up trash? And all those nice people that adopt a highway, I don't know if that's something that's strictly American-based, but businesses around here, they quote-unquote adopt a stretch of highway, and it's up to them to keep it clean. So, you know, everybody feels good when I dump my trash out of a moving vehicle on the highway. It's win-win. Animals and bugs can use boxes and cans as habitats to protect against the massive holes in the ozone layer. I think we're doing a service by littering. Time.
You're calling your time there?
I'm asking because I wasn't watching.
Oh no, 1:20.
Done? Or
No,
left?
you still got like. Okay, I'm gonna give you the time we just wasted. I'm gonna give you another. Well, you got 40 seconds.
Okay. Touching back on the environmental diversity, have you ever seen a plant growing out of a discarded radiator? It's beautiful. It's striking. It's a testimony to the tenacity of nature.
20 seconds.
Owen's penis is so small. I've got nothing. Much like Owen's underwear.
10 seconds.
Look, littering is just easier. Don't even get me started on recycling. I'll wait on my next 2 minutes.
Time. Okay, how very insightful. Okay, I'm going to start my 2 minutes
Okay.
now. So, Phil, I noticed that you said something that was absolutely shocking to me. How dare you? How dare you deny the rights to species that were around longer than humans? How dare you deny the right for them to live in their own environment? How dare you take away that from them? That is a despicable, disgusting act, and you're a very wicked person, and
Thank
you
you.
deserve to be trapped in your own 6 can. It's not funny.
Harsh.
It's not funny. If we can get ourselves a 6-foot giant beer can and stick you in it, how would you like it? Would it be
Shaken,
great?
not stirred. Sorry. You can get that.
Would it
time
be
back.
great? Would you really like that? I mean, is that great diversity of nature? Just seeing you roll around in a can helpless? No, it's not. And you also picked up about a flower or whatever growing inside of a radiator, and it comes out and it's all beautiful. If you want to see beautiful things, go to a fucking museum. Okay, go to an art gallery. You don't have to go around throwing mattresses and washing machines and see a little hedgehog go inside of a washing machine and call it home. That's disgusting. Again, I don't have anything to say to that. I'm just going to use my remaining 40 minutes to just go. Do
you recycle, Owen?
Hey,
I knew it.
Keep to your own time, and I will respond to you with my rebuttal. But for my last 20 seconds, again, how dare Phil deny the rights of species that have been around longer than us, the right to live in their own natural, clean environment? How dare we as humans mess up their own environment? We are a sick species, and we do need to look after our environment, not only for their sake, but our sake as well. Our life depends on the environment around us, and if we screw that up, we're
Right.
just as dead as we are. They are.
All right, time.
Oh.
All right. Look, man. Sorry to knock the high horse out from under you, sir. And then beat it as it dies, and then is dead. I don't know where I was going with that. I will... Excuse me. I will take my next 2 minutes now. Owen, humans are the shit, okay? We run this place. It's ours. Even though we're ruining it, it doesn't matter. How dare I? How dare I? I'll tell you why. I've got the most evolved brain, species-wise. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. It is diversity. I don't see... Oh yeah, go to a museum. No. I want to see something I did have effect, okay? I want to throw something out on the road and see what happens. My muffler fell off? Hey, it's a snake habitat. Okay, no problem there. Also, I'd like to point out that since you couldn't really debate my argument that you resorted to attacking me personally, I think anybody listening should definitely keep that in mind when rating who won this particular debater. So again, I don't think littering's bad because
1 minute.
There's no point in doing anything with it. Where it's just going somewhere else that's just a bigger place to litter. It's all gonna end up doing the same thing. It's all gonna end up making things shitty for everyone in the long run. What does it matter if it's scattered about or clumped into huge friggin' piles, out of sight, out of mind? Or let's throw some dirt over it. Yeah, a recycling, I think we all know that's a joke. Why recycle?
30 seconds.
I've seen, personally, the trash men take the recycling and dump it in the same part of the truck as the regular trash. I have seen that, and I shed no tear, because you know what? I only half think about throwing trash in the recycle.
10 seconds.
But for real though, it's bad. You shouldn't litter. Owen's penis is small.
Time. So, my closing one statement. Go. So, again, I just want to quickly say that we're not talking about recycling. We're talking about littering, the act of littering, and what that has a knock-on effect on our environment. I think I've come across in my short time that I've been talking that it does have a knock-on effect of all of us. I would also say, do not worry about my insults on Phil. Don't bring that into account when voting, because it's okay. I cannot hurt something that is as cold-hearted as he is. So don't worry about that in the votes. Just pick up for yourselves. Recycling is a completely different, issue. Don't let him persuade you by that. We're talking about the act of littering. I think I've made a very compelling case, not only for the other species, but for our species as a whole. We need to preserve, and so not just so we can enjoy it, but so we can live, and so that our children's children can enjoy it too. It's a great planet to live on, and we are fucking it up. Just throw stuff into the trash. Trust me, it's going to be a lot better for us in the long run that way. Thank you very much. Good night.
My esteemed master debater, Owen Chamberlain. I will take my minute in a little bit. Now, you say it should be very compelling for our race to do what's best for our race, but we're not. Sorry. And think about it. Littering is cool. I mean, what else can you do that signifies that you are a carefree individual? You are on the go. I appeal to those of you that want to look cool. I implore you, litter in front of somebody you like. They're gonna look at you and they're gonna say, there's a guy with a feel-good attitude and a take-no-prisoner outlook. That's somebody that just doesn't give a fuck. He's sexy, or she's sexy. I personally think it's very sexy when I see a woman discard her fast food bag out the car window and not care that it went in the trash can. I'm like, that bitch doesn't give a fuck.
5 seconds.
I want her. I'd like to say hi to my wife.
Well, there we have it. Master debater.
Well done, Owen.
Thank you again. I think I've destroyed you, but as
know.
Always,
it's about the debate.
It is, So again, it's up to you. This is a democracy, so you can vote either on Facebook, on the video itself. You can either thumbs up or create your own comment, and we will count that as a vote. Or you could also email into waveofabsurdity@hotmail.com, and we'll also count your vote there. So great. Next week. What's the topic for next week?
Well, hopefully we will think of something before the last minute. I like the notion of the possibility of getting something really ludicrous, such as being pro-litter.
Okay.
That does add a sense to lightheartedness. Next week, another topic.
Fantastically said. Now we're going to move on to the part of the podcast that puts Phil under a lot of pressure. Lateral thinking. Today you could possibly win a code for Minecraft, a popular game Minecraft. A lot of people want Minecraft. So you could win the code for Minecraft.
Wait, I'm sorry. If I get it right and I win, can I use it? Or does it have to go to somebody else?
No.
Okay.
It goes to the people.
I understand. Stupid people!
So for those who are new, lateral thinking is a really stupid question. Well, it's not really a stupid question, but it's a question that has a really stupid / obscure answer. I guess I could test one on you right now. A man walks into a bar and asks for water. The bartender pulls out his gun and points at him. The man says, "Thank you," and walks out. What would be the answer, Phil?
It was a water pistol.
No, he had hiccups.
When he was startling him. Okay, let me just throw this at you. I remember doing these in school. However, there is an opportunity to ask 5 yes or no only questions to the person presenting it.
Well, that doesn't happen here.
Okay. Just checking.
You're forgetting this is my money I'm going to be spending on these damn things.
I understand. Hey, all right, how about this? Next, I'm going to up it up next time. We'll do what we're doing now, but I promise the listeners, I will ramp this up to increase your chances. I have an idea.
I don't know where this is going, but for a chance for somebody to win a Minecraft code, answer this lateral thinking question. A man is alone on an island with no food and no water, yet he does not fear for his life. Why?
A man is alone. And you're simply saying a man is alone on an island.
With no food and no water.
No.
Yet he does not fear for his life. Why?
Because he has a boat. I mean, he's alone on an island. That doesn't mean he's trapped there. In fact, they're specifically not saying the word trapped.
No, they're saying he is alone. Yeah. So, think about it, and then tell me when you've got your final answer. It's just like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but Who Wants to Be a Minecraft winner?
I feel like I'm homing in on the he's not worried because he's not stranded. He's just alone on an island. I think because the wording on these things is so important, I'm going to have to go with he's not worried because even though he's alone, he's just not stranded. That he can, in fact, leave the island when he wants to via boat or some other...
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to ask for a very specific mode. Well, I'm just saying.
All right, well then, yeah. All right, read the question again in its entirety, please.
A man is alone on an island with no food and no water, yet he does not fear for his life. Why?
I feel it is because he has a boat and can leave at any time.
Okay, so you're saying he has a boat and he can leave any time he wants.
That is my final answer. Lock it in.
Dramatic music, play.
Really? Did you want to get rid of the soundboard just to tease me?
Hopefully I do this all in editing. Or if I'm just too lazy, I'll make a ding sound right now. Okay, so if it didn't play, well, you already know. Okay. Oh, God.
Wait, hang on. If you're doing that.
So, a man is alone on an island with no food and no water, yet he does not fear for his life. Why? Phil, you have locked in because he has a boat and he can leave anytime he wants. Good grief.
The tension is good.
You are wrong.
Tell me the right answer now.
The correct answer is that he is a policeman on a traffic island.
Boo, I say. Boo. All right.
You know, yeah, that one was pretty vague, so I'll give you one one more chance to redeem yourself.
Okay,
So I'm
it
just
was a
gonna pick-
police officer on a traffic island. Yay, I got it right. Sorry.
Okay, so this one I think you can get. Okay,
Oh, even more pressure.
so this one I think you can get, so you're in a very good chance of winning a Minecraft code. A man marries 20 men in his village, but isn't charged with polygamy. Why?
Say that again?
A man marries 20 women in his village, but isn't charged with polygamy. Why?
Because it's not a law. Because he's doing the marrying.
So what are you...
I'm saying he's
have a
marrying
thinking.
them off. My final answer is that this man is responsible, the priest or shaman or whatever, is
Okay,
responsible
I'm just
for
going to
marrying.
give you, again, like I did with the other question, I'm going to give you a chance to think about it,
Read the question again, please.
pay attention to the question, and, see what,
Are you trying to get me to explore other options?
I'm just saying, think about your answer.
All right.
I'm trying to be professional about this. I
Okay.
don't want you to rush in and then lose $1 million. Okay.
All right. Well, sorry, you really put me in a position. I'm kind of like the guy that spills water on his pants, and then nobody will believe that it's just water. You spring this on me. All right, go ahead.
Just listen to the question.
Go ahead.
And make sure you're happy with your answer. If not, think about it. Think about all the other
Okay,
possibilities,
okay.
if there are any.
Excellent.
A man marries 20 women in his village, but isn't charged with polygamy. Why?
All right. I feel like you purposely inflected things the wrong way there. In this
Do you want me to read the
village-
question in a
No.
monotone?
No. All right.
I can just read the question in a monotone.
I think you're just trying to dissuade me. I think that I'm going to say that the man is, and don't get me up on wordings here, but he is the person that performs the marriages. He is the priest or the shaman or the village elder responsible for marrying off. He's not marrying the women himself. He is marrying them to their respective husbands. He's just doing the marrying. It's just phrased that way.
Okay, so are you going to lock that one in?
I am locking it in by violently slapping my hand on the table.
Okay, the question was, I'm going to read this in a monotone voice. A man marries 20 women in his village, but isn't charged with polygamy. Why? Your answer was, he is the priest. Correct?
Yes, it's locked in.
Can you feel the tension rising?
I can feel the phlegm rising.
Dramatic music, go.
Kill dramatic music.
Start dramatic music.
Decrease volume 50%.
Raise volume 150%.
Insert cow noise.
Lower volume to 100%.
Clear Owen.
Ah. Phil, your answer is correct. Yeah, good on you.
Considering I was going to be like, this village is in the middle of California. It's perfectly illegal there.
So, to possibly win said chance of winning a Minecraft code, and we're going to be sneaky now. I'm going to be sneaky because we need more viewer questions. So you actually have to email us with a question, the one with the best question, or we'll just pick a random email, and that one wins the Minecraft code. So just go to your email provider, whatnot, and email waveofabsurdity@hotmail.com and send us at least a question or something
Praise.
to debate or a news topic or praise. We may be swayed by great things said. So that's how you're going to go and win, possibly have the chance to win a Minecraft code. And not a lot of people email in, so you got a good chance.
All right.
Okay,
Well, that is
that's good.
very
Well
generous
done.
of you, Owen.
Well done.
Thank you. Yes, very, very generous of Owen. And I know that you're dying for me to eat.
How did you know? It's time for Mamma Mia! Put that in your fucking mouth, Phil.
All right. I like how we're going to just ignore the fact that you lost your challenge, but that I am hungry. I have here...
He's referring to the news.
Yes. In case you just jumped to this point for some reason.
I'm just saying, call back. People don't have good memories.
I think this is just ramen noodles. I don't know. It's called Pushu Pusho, but there are two P's in front of each word. Papushu, Papushu.
Ma pepe?
Instant snack. I got it because of the colorful character wielding a Donkey Kong style hammer, smashing the letters there. Now there's instructions. Open the bag and remove the seasoning packet. Crush the noodle bite sizes. Put the seasoning in the bag. Shake well and enjoy. So, and I'll need a little filler while I accomplish this. Go ahead and talk while I manipulate this bag. Go on. No. Ooh, these look like Rice Krispie treats.
I'm just enthralled into the rustling sounds. I don't want to ruin it.
All right. This is the packet of flavoring, which has a little tear in it. So cool.
That's anthrax right there.
Yeah.
What flavoring are you going for?
It says beef flavor. However, I'll have to take a snapshot and send it to you. Maybe if you want to slap it on somewhere. It says beef flavor. It says beef flavor. However, right where it says beef flavor, it's showing a picture of a loaf of bread, some broccoli, and some mushrooms. So, not sure what this will actually be.
Peculiar.
I'm now crushing up these Rice Krispie treat-sized blocks of noodles.
This part of this podcast is brought to you by HIV awareness. Please do get yourself tested for any STDs.
You never know, your doctor may want you to jerk off more.
Only if you're lucky.
Alright, I poured the contents.
It's a bit weird how he just didn't break eye contact with me when he was saying that as well.
Did he say, like, you need to masturbate more?
Pretty much. He didn't say masturbate, he needs to play with it.
Yeah.
Gross. Ugh, having like a 60-year-old man tell me to play with my willy more. Sickening.
Alright.
We need to hurry this up because we've got to go on to viewer emails.
Alright, I have successfully, I think, mixed this in. Here we go. Papushi, papushi. Yep. Noodle consistency. It tastes like Fritos. I've got this powder all over my fingers. Well, I'm not gonna eat the whole bag. But yeah, I feel like most of the powder is already over my fingers. Yeah. For $1. Not bad. Peculiar. I'm going to choke.
Die, 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 die.
Pretty good. I would buy more.
And that was Mamma Mia! Put that in your fucking mouth, Phil.
I like nice better.
Don't complain then. I won't change it.
All right.
Now we move on.
Can we squeeze in a would you rather so that the viewers...
We can save that to the end. Don't worry about that.
Yes, sir.
I mean, if you want to do it now, sure.
No, I don't feel like it.
So we move on to viewer email. So Phil, if you would like to read out said email.
See, this is why That's a Mouthful has to be ultimately at the end. I gotta do something. I'll lick my fingers. Yeah. Right. Wait. I'll put.
Your wife's one lucky lady.
I'll put this stick-it note over the mouse so as to not. Oh. It's like a condom for my mouse. This is from Kovich. Hello. How do you do? There is a little challenge I submit you, hoping that it will interest you to try on. Oh, I know this one. Here is a French tongue twister. I ask of you to read without bugging on the words. Would you succeed in reading it? Dramatic roll. Oh, I see. So I'm getting this challenge?
You're the one that reads the emails.
I wanted to put this in a translator first. All right. Let me see if I can get a fake French going. Che le poupau, iwaya du papau papa et du papau pas papa? Iwaya du pau che le papau et iwaya donc de papau papa e pau. Wow, that's not part of it. De papus papa pe a po. De papau pa papa a po et de papau. There's something about this that seems absolutely absurd.
This is the wave of absurdity.
Pass a po. Mes parmi le po ilia le po papa et le pa po pa papa. Iwaya donc de papo papa e po papa. De papa. Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. De papo, papa, apo, pas. Papas de papo, papas, pas, apo, de papas, pas, papa, apo, papa. De papo, pa, papa, apo, pa. Papa, e de papos, pas, papas, pasa. Po. Tried lots of different variations there.
Next email. Next
From
email.
Patrick B. I was giving it the once-over. If you had to eat someone... Did you make this up, Owen? I don't recall seeing this.
It's in the email. You can go check right now.
From Patrick B. Well, Patrick, you've made quite a name for yourself.
He's come up quite a lot.
For air, if you had to eat someone's anus while it's still on the bud, good clarification there. Because I immediately thought just a separate anus on a plate. What would you eat it with to make it taste better? And would you eat it with fork, knife, spoon? Okay. Well, Owen, I know what I would have to make it tastier.
But, okay, what would I...
Papushi. Just sprinkle some of that whatever magic beef-flavored loaf of broccoli on it. Makes anyone's anus taste delicious.
That's a raving review from Phil there. I'd probably put some Kool-Aid on it. One of the Kool-Aid packets and just,
Go to town. Think about what?
Nothing.
Think about that time you were at the doctor's. Sorry, a fork, knife, and a spoon. I'm assuming then that this person is dead. And that they're not like, what is that, a fork?
I would probably go with a spoon.
I guess if you wanted... See, I guess I'm thinking eat out someone's anus as opposed to...
I think he's talking about actually eat.
Yeah,
the
well
anus.
then I would require a knife, I suppose.
You're going to go with a knife? That's just lame.
How would you get... What, are you just going to gouge it out with a knife? Go gouging around the anus? Just ripping up the anus however you feel is appropriate?
I'm going in with the spoon, so...
So, you're an anus scooper, is what you're telling me.
Next question.
From Julian M. This one. I saw this morning. I was thinking about it. What is the most embarrassing event that has happened to you, Owen?
I answered first, last question, so you can go first this time.
I would like to do a quick embarrassing moment that might be a little more universal, in that I was at the mall with a friend when I was much, much younger, before I developed schizophrenia, and we were at the mall for no particular reason other than to scope out the ladies. And the friend I was with, who's usually the Mac Daddy in the situation, I never really get the girls, and
Still haven't.
these three chicks that he sort of knows comes up, and he's talking to them, but they're totally paying attention to me. They're hanging off my every word. They're barely looking at him. They're giggling. I'm being charming and entertaining, and after they leave with promises of possibly meeting up with us later, my friend informs me that I have a gigantic booger hanging out. So that's why they were so entertained. Oh, as long as I'm on it. My other friend is going through this big, long thing like, you know that chick that hangs out at the diner? Yeah. The chick that's, related to XYZ? Yeah. Guess who she likes? I'm like, me? He's like, no, me, you idiot. Oh, sorry. That was sort of embarrassing.
So, my embarrassing story. Well, it's the one that I remember because it's sort of recent. So it was about, I don't know how many. It was a few months ago. This was when my sister was still pregnant, and she was coming to my house pretty much on a daily basis. And I know my neighbors, but I don't know them like intensely well. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right.
Well, sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I was just going to let you go.
Well, no, because, it's good to have just some sort of acknowledgement instead of just horrible emptiness.
I don't think you're a horribly empty person.
So, she obviously saw me and my sister coming in and out, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And one day I think I'm coming home from probably doing one of my, many fantastic hobbies like dinosaur jousting.
Childcare. Oh, wait.
They're trying to make me seem cool.
Okay. Jousting?
Dinosaur jousting.
Ah.
Well, thanks for ruining my image. So I come home, open up the door, and because I live in an apartment complex, everybody comes in and out of one entranceway. So I open the door, and there's my neighbour. She's called Robin. There she is, just standing there. And you know what you like with your, neighbours. You just have that friendly, "Hi, how you doing? Oh yeah, haven't seen you for a while. What you up to? What you doing?
Right.
Blah blah blah, and whatever." And she said, "Oh yeah, you look like you look a lot happier." I was like, "Oh yeah. I've seen you come and go with your girlfriend quite a lot." I was like, "Oh God," and I was so embarrassed for her. Then I just said, "Yes."
Smooth. Very smooth. God, that poor woman. Yes.
Yeah, no. So then she's thinking that she doesn't know that she's my sister, but she's thinking that we're an item, and it's a whole clusterfuck because now I'm in too deep with the lie. I'm in too deep, so I can't get out of it. I can't just say, "Oh no, that was my sister."
No way
she's
to flip
thinking,
the script.
What the hell's going on here? And I have to keep up the lie now, so I'm pretending to be in like an sort of incestual relationship every time I see her.
Shouldn't be hard.
It shouldn't be, but it is.
Oh, that is pretty embarrassing.
Oh.
So that was never resolved?
No, it's still going on to this day.
Sister, kiss me. What? I can't explain. I have to keep up appearances.
Oh, yeah, so that's it's more awkward than embarrassing. But I'm in too deep now. I can't.
That's pretty embarrassing.
Can't get out.
All right. Well, that was all of the viewer questions, yes?
The important ones.
Yes.
When we've got more time, we could read out the others.
Okay. Well, I want to throw... This is a quick would you rather. Oh, wait. Sorry, were you saying that there was more that you wanted to read?
No.
Oh.
We can do more next time we have
right.
more time.
And
maybe
more mails.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of people ask multi questions. We got like 30 questions from one dude,
Right.
which obviously we can't go through now. But hopefully, when we have more time, we can at least chop out some of his questions.
Gotcha. Okay. And this Would You Rather, also feel free to chime in. That email one more time, waveofabsurdity@hotmail.com. We would like to know, would you rather, but I'm asking you, Owen, would you rather see the SWAT team pull up to your home or the hazmat team, the hazardous materials team? What's the lesser of two evils there?
Now, should I answer or should I save my answer for when we read the other people's answers?
Well, that sounds like a good plan. So we'll leave that hanging on the listeners. Let us know. Would you rather see the SWAT team pull up? That's the Special Weapons Assault Team, I think.
Just in case you're not from this earth and you never knew what SWAT actually means.
Yes. Or the hazmat, the hazardous materials team. What would be worse in your mind? Now I think if you answer, you're going to be opening up to us because you probably have a guilty conscience, which we appreciate.
Well, that's awkward. And on that awkward note, I guess it's time to say goodbye.
I guess it is. I really want to devour the rest of this snack bag, to be quite honest with you. I would like to take this time to thank Owen and anybody listening for providing this type of entertainment for me.
Yep.
I have a feeling Owen will have cut this part out so it doesn't matter.
Yep. Goodbye, everybody.
Am I stopping the recording? I'm afraid. Goodbye, everybody.